I just submitted my request for my senior practicum clinical rotation. So I'm really hoping I get the spots that I requested, but honestly, there's probably going to be so many people competing for these spots that I might not get it because of my lack of total lack of clinical experience that I've gotten. I really wouldn't mind a med surg position so long as it's in a hospital that I like. So hopefully, I mean, beggars can't be choosers, but hopefully I get my requests. The clinical coordinator for our school, she sent out an email today and we all got to send our request for which unit and facility, but it's reportedly based off our ATI scores, our clinical grades, but then she also has to coordinate with the facility, so there's just no guarantee that I'm gonna get a clinical spot at all. And that really sucks because graduating in less than 100 days and yeah, not having a clinical spot, that would really suck if I only went into my nursing career with only 5 shifts in a hospital and then the other 7 shifts I had in a clinic. So there's to sending my application in or request in. We'll see how this goes. Good morning, everyone. It is nearly 6 a.m. Today I have hospital clinicals. It is day 1 of senior practicum. 12-hour shift at the hospital today. It's gonna be really much needed experience. My water. The hospital is about 20 minutes away from where I live.
Turn right onto
Yeah, and I have to meet at 6:40, so
stop sign. Turn left.
hopefully I get there on time. Okay, I just got to the hospital, but I am not sure if I parked in the right spot, and I don't know where I'm going either, so this is gonna be an adventure. Also, I'm not gonna be recording inside the hospital because stuff, so yes, goodbye. I'll see you after clinicals. Good morning. It is 5:30 and it's the next day of clinicals. I got out of bed around 4:30 so I can make myself breakfast. I never did update what I did on the first day of clinicals, so first day of clinicals, we got to the hospital. We got up on the floor. I ended up on a med-surg oncology floor and I worked with 4 patients. It was pretty chill. I did some medication administration, I gave a flu shot, I got to watch wound care. Yeah, just a typical day. We left like an hour earlier than we usually would have, but now it's the next 12-hour shift. Let's get ready. Genie finally started his live. I've been waiting all night for that.
안녕하세요 여러분. 그냥 새끼밥 해가지고 눈이 오더라도 다시 새 거를 사야 될 것 같아요. 참패. 네. 리딩에서 참패. 진짜 텍스트 약한 것 같아요. 너무 이 빠질 거기 때문에 이제 뭔가 텐션을 딱 올려가지고 운동을 열심히 하고 있습니다.
Okay, off. So the second day of clinicals. Let's do this. Hello everyone. It has been a very long time since I posted a video. Today is my last day of senior practicum. I've been doing this for the past 3 weeks. I typically have about 6 patients. 6 patients, lots of med passes, lots of little procedures, lots of charting and assessments that need to be done. red. I'm a traffic sign. Today is the last day of senior practicum. Yay. I am in for a 12-hour shift today. I'm supposed to get there early enough to receive the end of shift report. And I'm supposed to leave after I give an end of shift report. This is going to be my last hospital experience before I go out into the real world and have to practice under my own license. I am about 2 weeks away from graduation. Exciting. Also terrifying. All I've been doing lately is a lot of nothing and a lot of studying for the ATI exit exam, and then just doing like my clinical assignments outside of, you know, clinical. Let's just have a hopefully great day of clinical. Let's see what's in my clinical bag. I have a full water bottle, these folding clipboards that are godsend. They have cheat sheets and that's just really good and they fit in your pocket. Watch, my stethoscope, pen light, Sharpie, a pen, fabric scissors, a notebook, my ID, stuff like that. It's time to go inside. Got one of these little ear relievers. Mask goes on next. Put my face shield on inside. Ta-da! Let's go!
Please get close for taking temperature. Normal temperature.
Wait for shower in the parking lot so she can help her bring them in.
What I'm gonna say is, well, give me a little bit of a bonus sign on. Gonna be dealing
Guess this start with the patient. Yeah. Lunchtime! Time to go home. This is for my vlog.
Oh my god. Lilian.
Hi. Oh, I know. I need to kick him out on a
Twitter.
YouTube.
I mean
YouTube.
Twitter.
I was about to say Twitter. YouTube. Hello. We graduate in 2 weeks. Less than 2 weeks. Look at the sky. You wonder why I don't keep my stethoscope around my neck? They taught us that in school. It's a potential safety hazard. If your patient gets violent, they could like choke you with it. Also, I've been told that the oils from your skin will naturally just degrade the rubber on here, or your patient can choke you. It can be used as a weapon, so we keep it in our pockets. And now, take my mask off and throw that away later. Time to go home. Gonna put on some BTS. That essentially is how a shift in clinical goes. Yeah. Finally home. So the great thing about coming in through the garage is that my laundry room connects the garage to the rest of my house. So I can strip right then and there. Okay, so I definitely underestimated how tired clinicals would make me, and I just realized I never really sat down and explained what we did during our clinicals for senior practicum. It is I think it's 108 hours, and you're supposed to have 9 hospital shifts. Due to COVID, this really was our first experience back in hospital in over a year. We weren't able to get all 9 days in the hospital, for my clinical group at least, so we supplemented with 2 virtual days, or 1 virtual day and 1 lab day. The whole goal of this practicum was supposed to be for us to take on our own patients, still under the, guidance of an actual registered nurse, but take on our own patients and kind of assume most of their care. We did have access to the charting system, so we charted, but anything that we chart under is still considered unauthorized. So we did have to get our nurse to sign it off as well. I stayed on the same floor for all 3 weeks. We were on a med-surg oncology unit. But the thing that was a little different from usual senior preceptorships is that our preceptors actually changed every day. We didn't have any set preceptor for each of us. There were 8 people in my group, and you know, some days they didn't have enough nurses on the floor to each have a student, so one of us would go with the CNA, or we would split up and some of us would go into the rehab unit, which is like across the floor. We would go find a nurse and we would receive the end of shift report from the night shift nurse, and then we would go and greet our patients. And sometimes the nurses would give me like a clinical snapshot so I could see, or I would have to get it myself. We would, introduce ourselves to our patients, see what morning meds had to be passed, kind of just plan out our day. For senior practicum, we can essentially do everything except, I think, blood transfusions and drawing blood from central ports or stuff like that. I was able to give medicine, IV push, start IVs, do some basic nursing procedures. And this all has to be under the guidance of a registered nurse. I mean, my nurses were all really helpful. They let me kind of just jump in and do what I needed to do. And since we hadn't been in a hospital for such a long time, a lot of it was just really, the first week especially, was me getting reacquainted with being in a hospital setting and talking to patients and doing assessments and kind of just getting used to the flow of things. And then as time went on, I got way more comfortable, kind of started to find how I like to do things. It happened so close to graduation, and we had so many other assignments that we had to be doing on top of just our clinicals. And every day I would wake up, drive to the hospital, get there, do my thing for the 12 or so hours. Then I would drive home and I would take off all my clothes, wash them, and shower and eat and try to do any assignments, go to sleep, and repeat. That is how my senior practicum went. And as I'm posting this, it is actually a few days after my graduation. It's been a very, very busy month into the start of 2021. That is how senior practicum went, and that was my last shift as a student nurse. So yeah, the next time I am in the hospital, I'll be hopefully a working registered nurse. Okay, thanks for watching.